One man returns home from work and decides to unwind by playing some video games. The following day, as he leaves for work, he suddenly suffers a cardiac arrest and loses consciousness. When he regains awareness, he finds himself in another world, hearing voices around him. He opens his eyes to see a woman standing before him, and he wonders who she is. He thinks he might have been rushed to the hospital by a good Samaritan, and the woman could be the nurse on duty. Looking around, he notices that the hospital appears old-fashioned. Suddenly, a dog starts barking and unexpectedly flies past him, leaving him astonished to witness a flying dog. A maid enters the room with a tray, informing the lady that her tea is ready. The lady thanks the maid, who comments on how cute her son is. The man catches a glimpse of his reflection in the tray and can hardly believe it. He has been reincarnated as a baby. He wonders if he is dreaming. He learns that he was born in the 200th year of the summer 4th calendar and named Ars Lent in the province of Mission. 3 years later, Ars has grown significantly. One day, while in the study, a maid knocks and enters, bringing him tea. He thanks her, realizing that he lost his life in his previous world and has been reborn as Ars Lent. From birth, he mastered reading and writing, giving him knowledge about this new world. He knows he was born in the Summer 4th Empire, but the map he saw confirmed he was no longer on Earth. He discovers a technique called magic, used by people to conjure mysterious phenomena. The world feels reminiscent of a game. The Lowen family, into which he was born, is a noble household responsible for managing a small region known as Lamber. Their grand and beautiful home resembles a castle, with numerous servants attending to them, including a live-in chef who prepares delightful meals daily. Ars feels fortunate to have been reincarnated into such a family. He also learns that he possesses a unique power not shared by anyone else. Ars decides to visit the training room, surprising the soldiers inside. He greets them and asks if he can watch from the entrance, to which they reply he'll be safe at that distance. They are astonished that the prince is visiting the training room at such a young age, believing he will grow into a great warrior. As Ars observes a master training a soldier, the master knocks the trainee down and chastises him, but the trainee stands up to try again. Curious, Ars uses his appraisal skill on the trainee to assess his abilities. He discovers that the trainee has exceptional aptitude for archery and deduces that he will excel with bows. The master acknowledges the trainee's tenacity, and Ars approaches him, calling out his name, which surprises the trainee, Melee, as he didn't expect Ars to know him. Ars asks Melee if he has ever used a bow. Melee responds that he never would, as a real man fights at close range rather than shooting from a distance. Ars suggests that he might actually be good at it and encourages him to try. After some deliberation, Melee picks up a bow and arrow, admitting he's never shot one before. A soldier suggests getting closer to the target to minimize risks, but Ars confidently assures them that Melee can hit the target from where he stands. Melee notches the arrow and aims, releasing it to hit the bullseye. The soldiers, initially skeptical, are amazed and ask him to shoot again. Melee fires several arrows, all hitting the target perfectly, and they declare him a natural archer. Melee begins to realize that using a bow isn't so bad, as all is fair in war. The soldiers wonder how Ars was able to identify Melee's talent, and he attributes it to instinct. While the soldiers are impressed, Ars knows that if he reveals his appraisal skill, they wouldn't believe him. During dinner, Ars is delighted by the chef's meal but is interrupted by his father, who expresses his admiration for Ars discovering Melee's talent with a bow. Ars feels intimidated by his father, who always appears stern. Using his appraisal skill again, he checks his father's stats and is amazed that he rose from a farmer to a noble due to his martial arts skills. His father advises him to sharpen his instincts, hinting that he could one day become the lord of the land. He believes Ars's ability to sense others' talents will be valuable. His father offers Ars his portion of dinner to help him grow stronger, which Ars gratefully accepts. After that day, Ars studies more about the empire, realizing the future is uncertain due to rampant corruption and upcoming revolts among the commoners, with various nobles pushing for autonomy to suppress the unrest. Ars fears an impending war if circumstances do not improve and wonders how he can protect the people of Lamber who have treated him kindly. Recalling his father's advice about instincts, ARS has an idea. He dresses up and ventures into the streets, using his appraisal skills to examine the stats of townspeople. Exhausted from prolonged use of his skill, he sits in an alley when a woman chases a man out of her shop, refusing to sell to him. ARS discerns that the man looks different from the locals. A boy points out the man is a Malson, pleading with his mother for help, but the townsfolk avoid him due to his filthy appearance. ARS recalls that the Malson are a group who migrated to Summerforth from across the sea, many brought as slaves. He decides to offer the man some bread. Onlookers are astonished that the heir of House Lent would help a Malson. The man accepts the bread, tears streaming down his face. ARS appraises him, surprised to find his stats nearly perfect, indicating he could become a formidable warrior. After thanking ARS for the bread, the man attempts to leave, warning him not to follow as the townspeople will react negatively. ARS asks if the man would like to become his retainer, catching him off guard. ARS plans to utilize his ability to recruit those with potential, aiming to strengthen his domain. The man, named Rates, thinks ARS merely wants him to pretend to be a retainer. ARS introduces himself, displaying his family crest, which leaves Rates stunned. ARS insists he senses great talent in him and wishes to offer him the position. Despite Rates' reluctance, fearing the backlash from townspeople, ARS reassures him he will handle it. However, Rates declines the offer and walks away. Determined, ARS continues to pursue him, knowing he may not encounter someone with such potential again. When Rates' stomach growls, ARS uses this to entice him, promising a buffet of delicious food prepared by their chef. Rates hesitates but ultimately decides to follow ARS home. At ARS's residence, Rates is astonished to learn that ARS is genuinely the son of the Lord. The chef serves them food, but Rates receives a smaller portion because he is a Malson. The servants rudely instruct Rates to leave after his meal, prompting ARS to realize how deeply rooted the prejudice against Malson is. Aware he cannot change the servants' minds, ARS shares his food with Rates, which surprises everyone. The maids decide to provide Rates with a better meal, allowing him to eat to his fill. Curious, ARS asks Rates about his past. Rates reveals he was once part of a mercenary band that disbanded after many members were killed. Since then, he has been wandering. ARS wonders why Rates didn't join another group, and Rates explains he wasn't hired due to lacking accolades. A servant insists it's time for Rates to leave, but ARS interjects, asserting he has brought Rates home to become his retainer. The servants warn that Lord Raven will disapprove, but ARS takes the matter to his father. Lord Raven expresses disapproval at the idea of a Malson as a retainer, but ARS argues that they would waste Rates' potential if they dismissed him. His father insists that Malson are inferior and cannot possess any special talent. Disappointed that his father holds such conventional views, ARS attempts to persuade him otherwise. He suggests testing Rates, and Lord Raven agrees, intrigued by ARS's confidence in Rates' abilities. He tells ARS they will conduct a mock battle between him and Rates, employing Rates as a soldier if he proves talented. ARS is apprehensive, knowing Rates is no match for his father, but his father insists they will give Rates a handicap. They prepare for the duel, and Rates wonders why ARS is fighting so hard for him, thinking it may be pity. ARS assures him he doesn't have to accept if he doesn't want to, but Rates acknowledges this is the best offer he has received. Rates, still amazed that a Malson is being treated with such respect, agrees to do his best. As he enters the training room, the soldiers are surprised to see a Malson. Ares's father asks Melee to prepare their swords while Rates brings an hourglass. He tells Rates to pick up a sword and explains that if he can land a single blow on him before time runs out, he wins. Ares thinks the odds are in Rates' favor. Before the duel begins, Rates introduces himself and announces he is Lord Raven. The duel commences, and Lord Raven strikes first, but Rates narrowly avoids the blow. As they exchange blows, Rates understands he must stay calm to have a chance. He reflects that there are no tricks and uses his instincts, remembering his days in battle. While dodging, Rates witnesses a golden opportunity to strike back, swinging his sword, but his father blocks the attack effortlessly. Lord Raven declares Rates possesses talent, and even goes as far as to express hope that he can prove useful. However, just as Rates prepares to counterattack, he misjudges the distance and is knocked down, earning a reprimand from Lord Raven. In response, ARS feels an urge to protect Rates, realizing how unjust the world can be. As the duel continues, Rates manages to land a glancing blow on Lord Raven, and all the soldiers are amazed. The duel ends, and Rates has successfully earned his place as a retainer. With newfound respect from the soldiers, Rates understands that ARS genuinely believes in his potential. His heart swells with emotion, knowing ARS is his ally. ARS realizes he has not only gained a retainer but a true friend.